Welcome to Photo Camp. I'm Shelley Waldman, and this is where I share business and photography tips so you can turn your passion into a paycheck. We're going to dive into some composition. Now, there's no right or wrong way to compose an image, but there are many tools that can help you craft a stronger, dynamic image so people's eyes can move freely through the photo or really hone in on exactly what your hero is in that shot. So we're going to look at a number of tools over a couple quick little videos. One of the cool things about composition tools is that most programs and cameras that you shoot with will have these to layer over your image so you can see how it's starting to come together. Is it really sitting on that rule of thirds? Is it on the spiral or the triangle? Does it follow the triangle? What's really cool about the composition tools is no matter if you're shooting on a camera or your phone, there's many overlays that you can use right on that piece of equipment that will allow you to see how your composition is coming together. So on your camera or phone, you can actually turn on the grid feature, and that grid feature can mimic the rule of thirds. If you put a tic-tac-toe board over the top of a frame, you would see where the lines intersect. And where those lines intersect are actually really powerful visual points. So if you were shooting like a horizon, you can put it on that third. And if there was a person standing in the frame, you can put them on one of the vertical thirds. And so where the horizon and that vertical third meet, you then would have a very powerful point. If you're shooting somebody's face, for instance, you can put their eye on the third, and that becomes a very powerful thing. Now, depending how you read, in the US, we read English and we read left to right. So we're actually going to read the photo from left to right. If you're somewhere else that reads up and down, such as like Japanese, then you're going to actually look at the photo from up to down and then from left to right. So depending on how you read the photo may help you figure out how you want to compose what you're shooting in your image. So come on, let's take a look at a few images. All right, so let's look at a few images that encapsulate rule of thirds. So here we have a hamburger and our beer in the background, and you'll see that this hamburger is filling up a third of the frame. And if we look and we turn on our third grid, our rule of third, here's our tic-tac-toe, and we'll see that that burger is right on the third. And our visual weight is actually pretty well distributed. So we can see that our beer and our beer glass fill up about a third of the frame, and our burger fills up just over about a third of a frame. So visually it works pretty well, and we can see that our PowerPoints here hit our beer and our PowerPoint over here hits our burger. So I would say that's pretty much a success when it comes to the rule of thirds. If we look at our cupcake and smoke shot, and we turn on our rule of third grid, we'll see that our cupcake follows the rule of thirds, and our cupcakes sit right on that rule of thirds here and kind of fill up this bottom third frame and leave a nice amount of negative space at the top for our smoke to escape into, as well as like if we wanted to put any text information, we could put our recipe up here, or we could put, happy birthday up here. If we move over to our fruit, we'll see that our lemon wedge here is right on that PowerPoint. So as our eye is drawn in from left to right, we come down and eventually we'll hit this PowerPoint, which we will then really take in this lemon shot. So that's an example where that PowerPoint, where the vertical and horizontal line meets, really plays well into our overall composition. If we look at some people shots, we'll see that our subject here is on the third, and his eye line is right on that horizontal third. And again, we have negative space that plays into this composition as well. And if we look at this group of people at the park, we'll see that our rule of thirds comes in and hits this group of people on this side, and then our other third hits her right in the eye line here, and our PowerPoint is right on her. So we were very much drawn into that scene. So the rule of thirds plays very well into our spacing here between our friends having snacks in the park. So again, there is no right way or wrong way to compose an image. There's just many tools to help you make that extra zhuzh to your image to make it stand out and be more punchy. And that's through composition, as well as layering, food styling, and light and shadows. And this is just one tool among many that we will play with in our journey to improving our skills. Okay, camper, that takes care of compositional tool number 1. We'll be digging into more in future videos. Thanks for stopping in, and I'll see you real soon.